Hey everyone, my name is AK and welcome to the Swashbuckler's Arsenal. I am really happy this is the very first video that's on the channel. On this channel I want to have basically two different things I'm doing. One is my minimalism journey, which I know everybody's doing it. It's so cliche, but it's also very healthy and I'm really excited about it. And then the other thing is, sewing tips, fashion tips, and then the Swashbuckler's Arsenal updates. If you guys don't know what the Swashbuckler's Arsenal is, I will be doing a video explaining that very soon. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about my minimalism journey. How I got into minimalism is a pretty simple story. The first time I heard the word minimalism, I think was a couple of months ago, and it was, home decor. It was a minimalism home decor, minimalism bed frame, minimalist this, it was minimalist wardrobe, that they only wore white and black, and that the colors in their house were only white and black. So for me, when I first heard the word minimalist, that's what I thought it meant. Until one day my mom asked what minimalist was, and a friend of mine said that he started explaining this kind of minimalism that I never heard about before, which was, they only take 5-minute showers to conserve, almost dropped my notebook there, to conserve water. They, don't throw anything away, they recycle, they eat good, they're just trying to make a better environment. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then a couple of days later, I think it was really, it was really preordained how it worked, but I heard that from that friend, and then later I was watching Aspen and Parker vlogs, and she said that she had just watched the Minimalist documentary, and I was like, wait, there's a documentary on Netflix? We have Netflix? I'll watch that. So I sat my whole family down and we watched it together, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know it was a movement. Why am I doing minimalism? And I wouldn't call myself a minimalist because, I still take long showers and eat junk food and, I still have a lot of things, but I'm on that kind of journey. Now, I've heard two different whys, and there's probably a lot more, but these are the two that I've heard. One is a clean space equals a clean mind. A lot of people who were stressed out, they were sick, they were depressed. As soon as they cleaned their space and got rid of the excess they didn't need, it became a much better living space, and their mind, was put at ease. So that's one why. Another why, which is my why, was the waste. The biggest thing that hit me in the Minimalist documentary was how much waste there is, how much we buy on a regular basis. And I will put me in perspective for you guys. I don't shop at the mall. I'm the type of person who goes to a thrift store and goes to the discounted section in the thrift store. Like, that's how tight I am with money. But it's still the fact that we literally, as much as people go to the mall to have fun and shop, we went to Goodwill and had fun and shopped, and we still bought as much as everybody else. We just spent less, and so that made us feel good. But because it costs less, we bought more, and it's kind of that trap of sales in malls. They sell a lot and it's on sale, because people are like, oh, it's on sale, and so I'll buy it even if you don't need it. So I found that I created this excess that I really didn't need. Also, another perspective, if you guys don't know me, I do reenacting as well. So World War II reenacting. So I have vintage clothes and then my own clothes. So it's just, when you do as many different things as me, you're going to end up with a lot of stuff, but you still don't need everything. And that's what I really did. I was like, okay, what do I really, really need? So I have my reenacting stuff, I have my performance stuff for when I sing, and then I have, my everyday clothes. And it's okay. This is the place where I differ from people who say you should only have, this many things. I think it's okay to have a lot if you're using every single piece. You can have 200 pairs of shoes if you use every single one of those shoes. If they're sitting there collecting dust and somebody else could be using them, get rid of them. But don't get rid of things as an excuse to buy new things, because that's another thing that I've heard, you know, some people say is they're like, you know, they got rid of a whole bunch of stuff and they started buying stuff they wanted. And it was like, well, okay, see, waste again. And waste is created when a supplier creates an excess. And a supplier only creates an excess if the demand is big enough. An example of this is when you go to the grocery store. You expect to find what you're looking for there. If they have it whenever you need it, that means they have it the entire time you don't need it. Which means, where does it go when it passes that date? You know, how much, if you have to have enough for everyone, you end up having too much. And there's trash and waste and excess and things that you don't need. That end up getting thrown away. So for me, it's not as much as how much you have as much as how much you're constantly getting rid of. So right now I've been getting rid of a lot, but it's because I'm getting to a specific point, and I think that it will happen less as you do, hopefully, as I go along in this journey and I, you know, mature along this journey as well. I will like only buy pieces that I know I will use. Another side goal in my head is to have a swashbuckler wardrobe. Like, everything is swashbucklers. And, you know, every garment is handmade by swashbucklers. Anyway, so that's my why, is to create less waste. And along this journey, I started realizing that the greatest thing I think about minimalism is that it's teaching the modern generation to wait. Minimalism isn't something that you see the benefits from right away. And in today's society, everything is right away, now. You know, they want it when they want it. And in every advertisement you listen to, that's what it is. It's you when you want it, what you want, when you want it. That's the sell point. So, trying to step back from that and wait patiently for something better is a rarity, but it's so good. It's so good for you as a person, because you'll end up with things that mean something to you. Because when you wait or work for something, it means so much more than, you know, yeah, I went to the mall and I bought it because it was on sale, you know. Or is it a vintage piece that you sought for everywhere in every single antique store until you finally found it, and you found it and you fell in love with it and you are never going to let it go? You know, those are the pieces. And it may not be vintage for you. It may be, you know, it may be the perfect jacket that, you know, a mall finally released and you saved for it and you went and got it. Or maybe you couldn't buy it there, and so you waited and you looked at every single thrift store and you were waiting for somebody to get tired of it and throw it away, and you found it. And, you know, now that jacket means more to you than any other piece that you could have bought, or any other jacket if you were impatient. So this whole, you know, anything that you wait for is always better than anything you can get now. Honestly, think about it. Restaurants, you know, restaurants that you sit down and wait for it are always better than fast food restaurants. Again, I'll be posting some more videos. You can look forward to the wardrobe and the explanation of what the Swashbuckler's Arsenal is, if I can get through that as well. Because a lot of things is just still in my head. So it's getting it out, projecting it into the world. So I hope this was helpful in a way. I don't know, as an introduction, maybe. I don't know. I just needed something to kind of just start. You know, I think that the biggest thing when it comes to goals, and it is still the new year right now, I don't think, it's not going to be the new year when I end up posting this, because I'm pre-filming a lot of videos because I want to get on top of it. But biggest thing when it comes to goals is just do it. And so I'm still figuring things out. I'm so grateful for Swashbuckling Adventures, because I've gotten to learn how to edit and what looks good, and I've gotten a lot more comfortable in front of the camera. Like right now, you know, I would usually have a lot of cuts where I was just I don't know what to say, and it's weird and awkward because there's nobody there, but I'm getting more comfortable, so I'm really grateful for Swashbuckling Adventures for kind of, it was kind of a learning process to prepare me for this. And I'm still, as you can tell, struggling. I stutter over my words and stuff, but hopefully this is a good introduction that can lead into, you know, some better high quality videos. So I'm going to be posting every Wednesday, but if you guys have any questions, any video suggestions, I will take anything. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next Wednesday.